Hey folks, it's Max with PhoneArena.com. We are at Build 2014 in San Francisco, and the magnificent keynote presentation has just concluded, and amongst that whole presentation, a great deal of it was taken up by Windows Phone 8.1, and within Windows Phone 8.1 was the new feature that we've all been anticipating and waiting eagerly for, and that is Cortana, the AI assistant, or the virtual assistant that is coming to Windows Phone. And I'm here with Susan, who is a principal program manager, and her particular role was managing the experience and the features like idle chit chat and other really complex routines that have to run and make this work. Say hi, Susan.
Hi, really happy to be here and meet you.
So go ahead and just take us through your, a couple of your favorite features, because you built this from the ground up. This is your baby, and we're here celebrating you.
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting day for us. So I'm going to launch Cortana, and you can see here, whenever I first launched Cortana, she shows me things that she thinks that I might care about. And these are really based on interests that she's gathered, based on my past things that I've searched on and past things that I've looked at. So here, scrolling through here, for example, here's a great one. It actually shows the status of my flight. So what Cortana does is that she can, if I give her access and say, give her permission to do so, she can actually look through the emails on my phone, and she can pull out my flights and track those for me, which is great. Here, for example, I love the band Coldplay, so I've told Cortana, yeah, I want to see more information about it. I also love Pearl Jam. I'm, of course, tracking Microsoft stocks, and then keeping an eye on the weather. Now, where does she keep all this information that she knows about me, these inferences?
In her own little notebook.
Exactly, exactly. So I tap here on the hamburger, and here I'll just let you take a look at the notebook.
Yeah. Now, why do you call that a hamburger and not like a menu key?
Honestly, it's what our design studio calls it. Okay. I'm not for sure what the official external word is, but yeah, okay. We always call it our hamburger. Maybe we're just hungry.
It's a great differentiator, and who doesn't like a good hamburger now and then? Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we see the various elements of Cortana's notebook that tracks information based on your behavior and interaction, not only with Cortana, but your interaction with the phone and Windows Phone, where you are, what you do, Bing activity, obviously all that. She's tracking your interests, things you want to be reminded about.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, if you actually click on the interests, you can see some of those things that you saw on the Cortana homepage. So, for example, she's tracking Microsoft. She's tracking headlines about Coldplay, about Pearl Jam. She knows I like to eat and drink. She has my flight and weather. And then here's some of the other things that I really, really love is this idea of quiet hours. So what I really hate being done, because my family's on the East Coast, sometimes they forget about the time zone, and they love to call me about 6 a.m. What this does is it actually keeps that from happening. So we have this idea of quiet hours, but what I also love is that it allows people in my inner circle, so these are the people who are the closest to me,
right.
My really close friends and family, it allows them to break through. So for example, my grandma, she's 83 years old. If she's having a health issue, I do want her to be able to get through. I want to be able to talk with her.
And it's okay for her to wake you up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right, exactly.
Right. And there you can obviously edit your inner circle. And this is your personal phone, so we're not going to get into your family details here. But the functionality is self-explanatory. The user experience and the interface is obviously self-explanatory about who you want in and out of your inner circle.
Right, exactly.
And what role you want the inner circle to play there. So we have whether or not they break through, or if no one can break through when you're during your quiet hours. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to take a closer look at?
Well, show us some of the idle chit chat stuff. That was your favorite thing. For those that are listening, I was asking her, what is just your baby about this whole thing, and she said it's the idle chit chat. Some of which is very dynamic, and she's got a lot more than just one canned response, but some of it is obviously a lot more complex than that. So show us some of your favorites in the idle chit chat, and we'll get some ideas of what Cortana really sounds like.
Yeah, so let me show you one. Tell me a joke.
What do you do when you see a spaceman? Park in it, man.
That sounds like something out of like not Family Guy, but The Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like something Bart Simpson would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of our goals is to have a great balance between of humor and a sense of spunkiness. Another fun one. Who's your daddy?
Technically speaking, that'd be Bill Gates. No big deal.
Very nice. And great dynamic inflection of her voice. Doesn't sound too robotic-like. But you can tell it's a little bit. But it's very. You can still tell it's a little artificial. But is that at all rooted from somebody's real voice, or is that completely synthetically generated?
Yeah, we definitely have voice talents, and so the voice is based on voice talents.
Okay, so Cortana does have a human mother out there somewhere.
Yes.
We just don't know who she is. That is a secret that obviously will not be revealed. So that kind of gives us an overview of what Cortana does. You were talking about some of the other things that you like doing. Obviously, this integrates tightly with your calendar and things that you like to do.
So for me, I'm on the go a lot of times, and I'll remember something that I need to do. Like, for example, I need to be able to schedule a first aid class. I know that it opens up tomorrow at 8 a.m., so I can say something like this. Schedule an appointment tomorrow at 8 a.m. to schedule the first aid class.
I can add, say, class to your calendar for Tuesday at 8 a.m.
It's a little.
Is that right?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
And it's pretty loud in
Yeah.
here, so it's difficult to
Yeah.
pick up the words exactly.
Yeah, say class versus first aid. Yeah,
Right.
we know that. And yeah, it is loud in here. And obviously, as we all know, Cortana, when it is released, it isn't beta technically.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see that beta tag removed once Cortana leaves the nest of the United States and expands into China, United Kingdom, European Union, elsewhere. And that's pretty exciting stuff. So this is one of the great features that really brings Windows Phone 8.1 forward by quite a leap. And with that, Susan, I want to thank you very much for your run-through and tour of this, and it's some great talent coming out of Redmond. Well done.
Thank you. We're really excited about it.
So keep checking in with us at PhoneArena.com for more about Windows Phone 8.1, everything else Windows and Microsoft related at the Build 2014 conference here in San Francisco.